Danny, aka Topless. I'm hiking the Pacific Crest Trail from Mexico to Canada. I'm 1,799 miles in, so I'm going to be passing the 1,800 mile marker in a moment here. Today we're going to Crater Lake. It's about 21 miles from here, and originally my plan was to camp on the trail and then get in and out of Crater Lake tomorrow, but I found out last night that there's a campsite at Crater Lake, or a campground I should say. So I'm actually going to get to the campground tonight with the other people I camped with last night, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to find like an outlet or something to charge all my stuff and a way to resupply, which basically I just need a few days of food. That's it. I don't need a shower, but if they have one, I'll use it. And I don't need to do laundry. So I could possibly get there this evening, find a way to charge my stuff, find a resupply, and then get up and start walking again tomorrow without having to take any time off from the trail, which I'm really excited about. Oh, here's that spring from last night. Yeah, this is where I grabbed the water last night, just way up there somewhere. But yeah, where's the trail? Oh, here we go. Looks like another campsite right there. So I thought I'd let you in on one of the best feelings when you're doing a long distance hike. Right now, I have 1 day's worth of food in my pack, and I've got 1 liter of water because there's a lot of water coming up. So my pack is so friggin' light that I feel like I could run down this trail. It's a good feeling compared to when you walk out of a town and your pack feels like it's 100 pounds. I think my base weight these days is around 17 pounds plus 2 pounds of water at the moment, which, what the heck? There's tiny frogs on the trail. So hold up, my base weight 17 plus a liter of water is 2. That's at 19, and I have 1 day's worth of food. So let's say that's another 2. So I'm at like 21 pounds right now, which is super light. Now check out these tiny frogs. He's just so incredibly tiny. Put my thumb in there. Look how tiny he is. There's so many of them. Like I'm almost afraid I might step on them. There's so many of them. Oh yeah, here it is. 0081. Boom. There's the 1,800 mile marker. I am like a week and a half away from the 2,000 mile mark, which is pretty phenomenal. The trail itself is 2,660 miles. And so far I've had about 250 miles worth of fire and smoke that I had to hitch around. So yeah, from what I understand, getting a complete run of the PCT, it's basically given that you're gonna have 300 miles of fire closure. So I'm still under that 300, which I'm pretty excited about. There's more baby frogs. Like they kind of like hop out of the way. All right, so it looks like I'm at the last stream before the campsite, or the campgrounds, which is 20 miles away. So we are back to a 20-mile water carry, which is just like the desert, only without the sun. There's like a couple of ponds or something like that coming up, but a bunch of us chose to not pull water from the pond and rather pull water from the streams. So capitalizing on the last stream, I've got 4 liters of water, I also made lunch. So I made mashed potatoes, which takes about a half a liter. So I'm basically carrying 4.5 liters, which is no big deal because I've got 1 day's worth of food, which weighs nothing. And so altogether, what is that? 2.2 per liter. So that's 8.8 pounds plus a half liter. So that's like 9 pounds, which is not a big deal. That's basically what I walk out of town with. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit heavier today, but it'll go fast. By the way, check out my other playlist for thru hiker tips and backpacker tips. I've got a video on how much water should you carry, depending on how far you're going, and also a video on how to get water out of streams and things like that that aren't flowing very fast or don't have any little waterfalls to grab water from. And I'll link those in the description. Hey Produce, what you doing?
Oh, hey brother, just picking some huckleberries.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you know. Get them while they're fresh.
Yeah. I actually haven't tried the huckleberries yet, so let's find out. It's about the size of a blueberry. Actually, it tastes a lot like a blueberry with like a tangy kind of finish. That's really nice. Okay, so I've gone 5 miles out of my 20, which means I got 15 left. And I don't need 4 liters of water for that. I need 3. So I'm just going to take this liter and just finish it. All right. So now I've got 3 liters, 15 miles. I'm 2.2 pounds lighter on my pack, and I will be 2.2 pounds lighter in about an hour. This is a really interesting area. All of it has been burnt before, but there's all these little trees that have been growing back now. So it's kind of like you can see the whole cycle, how they burn and how they come back. So walking through all those burnt trees is really hot. There's no shade. And I found some area with some trees that weren't burnt. So I sat down in the shade and I'm having lunch. I'm about halfway to the campground. So I'm 10.5 miles in and I'm 10.5 miles to the campground. So I figured halfway is a good spot to stop and eat lunch. Up ahead, I can see a lot more burnt trees, which means no shade. So glad I found this spot. Wow, I have been walking through, I would say, at least 10 miles of all of these burnt and fallen over trees. And there's just no shade. So many trees and no shade. Whew. Got a trail registry here. And, whoa, okay. Sweet. Holy cow. All of these were today. All of these, holy cow. Wow, all of these were today as well. Holy cow. That's a lot of people coming through right now. I was hoping that registry would be closer to the beginning of the trail. But no, I still have 5 miles to go. I'm trying to make a plan for Crater Lake. Basically, I noticed they have a store that has a potential resupply that closes at 5. It's about 3 o'clock now. I'm gonna see if I can get there in time. If I can get a resupply today, that leaves me more options come morning. I'm definitely gonna stay in their campground. And from what I can tell, the next great place to stop is gonna be 90 miles from here. So that's 4 days worth of food. But I also need to take a look at the PCT Association website to see if there are any fire closures or smoke warnings or anything like that ahead of me. So I'm pretty much gonna go straight to the store, get 4 days worth of food, and then start talking to all the other hikers to figure out what people's plans are, just in case there's smoke or something that I haven't heard of, or if it's not on the website. And then hopefully I'll throw up a tent and go get a real dinner at their restaurant tonight. So I also saw Treebeard is in the registry for today that I just signed. So Treebeard is right in front of me. I don't know how that happened. I mean, I assumed he was way behind me. But yeah, so we'll see if any fun activities happen tonight, just because Treebeard is in town. Well, I made it from the trailhead to the road that is going to bring me to the Crater Lake Village and everything. It's about 0.8 of a mile to get there, so less than a mile, and I'll be there. It's 3:30 now, so I should be there by 4. Store closes at 5, so I'm in good shape. All right, I see civilization. I wonder if it's a resort or what, a restaurant maybe? Restaurant and gift shop. Not quite what I'm looking for. Okay, around the backside, here's the visitor center and the store. Mazama Village Store. Let's go check it out. This is Estella's, Jay. It's okay. It's 10 to 5. Restaurant opens at 5. I've done my resupply. If I can recharge my electronics in the restaurant, I don't need to stay the night. I can just get right back on trail and go. So I'm 50-50 on whether or not I'm going to spend the night in the campground or go to the restaurant, charge my electronics, and get out of here. All right, to the restaurant. Let's see how this pans out. Also, got plenty of beer for a little pre-show. So while eating dinner, one of the other hikers said, double check gut hook, because I'm pretty sure we have a 20-mile water carry on the way out of here. So that's 4 liters of water plus 4 or 5 days worth of food. It's gonna be very heavy walking out of Crater Lake. Okay, so got dinner, got second dinner, found a plug in the restaurant, so my stuff's actually charged, but it's also too late, so I actually decided to camp here at, what is this, Crater Lake camping ground, blah, blah, blah. But check out how tight we are all packed in. So this is just our little neck of the woods. Like, we are all super packed in tight. It is basically just wandering around in this woods looking for little sections to put up tents. And then at some point you kind of pop out and there's like a bear box. There we go. There's the bear box. And the only picnic table. Yeah.